I used to love pizza, and if it was for me, I would have pizza every day. So what she did, she came up with this dish where it uses the same flavors that you would have on a pizza, but using chicken. And the recipe is called Pollo alla pizzaiola.
Chicken in breadcrumbs with pizza sauce.
And even today, I still make the same dish for my boys.
My pizza sauce starts with fried garlic. And of course, I have to have tomatoes. A bit of seasoning. And the herb you get on loads of pizzas, dried oregano.
So you mix everything together, like this. Okay, after 10 minutes, it's absolutely done. Now, for the chicken, get a breast of chicken, put on a chopping board, and cover with a little bit of cling film.
Next, I get a cooking mallet. You can also use a rolling pin.
Very simply, what you want to do, you just want to bash it down until you get about ½ centimeter thick breast of chicken. That's it. And the reason why I do that is because you want it to cook it very fast, and if it keeps nice and thin, all the moisture is going to be into the chicken.
But before I fry the chicken, I need to coat it in toasted breadcrumbs. So I need some eggs.
I like to do the eggs because I remember when I was little, it's the only job in the kitchen my mother would give to me, is whisking the eggs, and that's it. In there, we're gonna pour salt and pepper.
I'm seasoning toasted breadcrumbs and flour with Parmesan cheese.
Go straight on top. Fantastic. So you get your breast of chicken, it goes into the eggs, okay, just like this. And then straight away from the eggs, onto the breadcrumbs, like this. Put it on top, just press it down.
Before you fry the chicken, bash it with the back of a knife. Then it won't curl up in the pan.
Straight into the oil. Look at the sizzling. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Beautiful.
There is time to make a salad now, but no heavy dressings. Italians like to taste the leaves.
A little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, which is gonna go straight on top, and a nice squeeze of lemon juice. Like this. Okay, I can hear that my chicken is ready to go the other way. Oh yes. Nice and crispy, fantastico.
Coat the leaves using your fingertips, nice and gently.
So once you've done that, go straight into a little bowl. Fantastico.
Now I'm ready to serve. I can smell that pizza sauce.
The flavor of the garlic, the oregano, the tomato going through it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Then we get the chicken. The chicken is gonna sit on top. And the last thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a buffalo mozzarella. 2 to 3 slices on top. And this.
To finish, a bit more oregano, black pepper, and a little extra virgin olive oil.
Beautiful. And this is how you make my mother pollo alla pizzaiola.
My dish is carpaccio of beef with the Italian garnish gremolata. I'm kicking off with some seasoned beef.
Whenever you have to fry, whenever you have to sear, whenever you have to cook, what you need is an ordinary olive oil. So get your ordinary olive oil and drizzle all over the beef.
It's not worth using extra virgin olive oil for frying, as you lose that fresh olive flavor. I'm covering every side of the beef before searing.
Make sure you got yourself a hot frying pan and start to sear the beef all over. You sear the beef about a couple of minutes on each side.
This is my version of gremolata. starting with flat leaf parsley and garlic. What makes my recipe different is that I replace lemon zest with capers. Also, my gremolata isn't the standard dry garnish. Mine is wet.
The reason why it's a wet gremolata is because I'm gonna add extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice. And of course, always keep an eye on the beef. And this is exactly what you want. Look, nice light brown, and carry on with the other side. Now, the only thing that you have to do is to chop away.
I could use a blender here, but I don't want a puree. I want my gremolata to have a rough texture.
Once you learn how to make gremolata, you will use it over and over again. Oh yes. I'm happy with the beef. Let it rest for a good 3 to 4 minutes and carry on with the gremolata. Now, what we need to add is a good squeeze of lemon juice.
The sharp lemon will cut through the rich extra virgin olive oil. And I have to season it.
And this is the consistency that you're looking for. So it looks like a roughly chopped pesto. Now's the time to slice the beef. Just like that. Now, can you see? All nice and sealed outside, but yet rare in the middle. This is what a carpaccio is all about.
The beef should be thinly sliced, and while it may look very rare to British eyes, trust me, it will melt in your mouth.
This is the kind of dish that you would find usually on Italian tables, especially when it's on Sunday. Cover the slices of beef with a wet gremolata, just like this.
All I need now are some fresh rocket leaves, dressed, of course, with extra virgin olive oil and lemon juice.
And the last ingredient is shaved Parmigiano Reggiano.
You can't beat a good Parmesan cheese.
Let's see, this looks good. Beef carpaccio with gremolata. Now, this is the dish that you should have in Puglia.
It couldn't be much easier. A fantastic way to make the flavor of the olive oil sing.
This has to be the coolest place ever where I've cooked anything. I mean, look at the back. I've got the Colosseum behind me, a beautiful evening, and it's only fair that I'm going to show you a traditional Roman recipe. So what I'm going to prepare for you is Bucatini alla carbonara.
For this pasta dish, the star ingredients are eggs, cheese, and the meat I've just bought. The guanciale looks so tender, it will taste amazing with the pancetta.
That's it. Now that I have my meat nice and chopped, let's cook it.
Butter will give the meat a lovely rich flavor when it cooks. And a splash of olive oil stops it from burning.
Now is the time that the guanciale and the pancetta go straight in.
You can always use streaky bacon here instead. This Roman Bucatini pasta is hollow, so it can hold more sauce.
So you can imagine if you got a thicker spaghetti with a hole that it goes from one end to the other. But before we cook the pasta, is one thing that is very, very important is the water. What we want boiling hot water.
And don't be shy with the salt.
That's it. So Bucatini goes in there.
Onto my fresh carbonara sauce, and I promise you, it's really simple.
2 eggs, they're gonna go straight in there.
I'm keeping this recipe strictly Roman, with local pecorino cheese.
You perhaps are more familiar with Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmesan cheese, which is made with cow milk. Pecorino is made with the milk from the sheep.
Carbonara comes from the Italian word for charcoal. Legend has it that this dish was invented by charcoal makers who only had a campfire to cook on and few ingredients.
There is no cream in my carbonara. There aren't any mushrooms. There aren't any peas, because I'm showing you a traditional carbonara sauce.
To finish, some finely chopped flat leaf parsley.
Parsley goes straight into the eggs. See, this is the beautiful thing about Italian food. You can get 2-3 ingredients, put them together, good quality ingredients, and you're just gonna create a masterpiece. So we go, our pasta ready, nice and al dente, the pancetta and the guanciale hot, and our eggs mixture. Now is the time where you have to be very quick and mix everything together. So get your pasta, like that. With still water coming down, it goes straight into the pancetta. Can you see that sizzling there? I need a little bit of the heat from the pancetta and the oil to completely cook my eggs. So mix everything together. Take the pan away from the heat when you add the eggs in there. Mix everything together for about 10 seconds, very, very quickly. The heat from the oil is going to make sure that the eggs, they're going to be cooked. Serve it straight away, straight into your serving plates. Fantastico. And there you have it. Colosseum in the back, Bucatini alla carbonara on my plate. Right now, I'm the happiest man alive.
And here's my dish. Pasta with salmon in arrabbiata sauce.
If you want to translate arrabbiata into English, it means upset, when somebody gets really hungry. And the reason is because in the arrabbiata sauce you have chili, and chili makes the upset thing. The salmon with the arrabbiata, it works perfectly.
I'm kicking off my sauce with a splash of olive oil and finely sliced onions.
And this is exactly what you want to hear, the sizzling onion into the oil.
Now for that angry chili.
Okay, not too much, because then it's going to be really arrabbiata and really upset. Now, for the pasta, it's very important to cook the pasta al dente. Any Italian will never eat pasta that is too soggy, okay? And what you have to do is to cook the pasta 1 minute less than is instructed on the cooking time that is on a packet.
Don't tell me off, but salted water makes the pasta taste so much better. A real arrabbiata sauce must have these chopped tomatoes from a tin. Don't use fresh tomatoes, because, trust me, it's just not Italian.
Now, once you put the tomato into the sauce, lower the heat. Slowly, slowly. The tomato is getting nice and thick, ready to coat my pasta. For the salmon, what I got here is a nice fillet of salmon. You can get it anywhere. Do make sure that there is no skin on the bottom of the salmon, okay?
If you chop the salmon up into small chunks, it will cook much quicker. And you don't have to use salmon. Chicken is just as good.
Now, the diced salmon goes straight into the tomato sauce.
Italians wouldn't normally cook salmon with arrabbiata sauce. But I think my family need to enjoy the Gino magic in this dish.
So what I'm doing now is to gently poach the salmon pieces, releasing the flavor of the salmon into the sauce.
And now for the finishing touches. Flat leaf parsley, coarsely chopped. I can't resist more salt, and for even more flavor, a glug of extra virgin olive oil.
Gently stir everything together. And this is actually ready. People often make the mistake that they drain the pasta, they put it on a plate, and then they put the sauce on top. That's not the way to do it. You need to allow the sauce to coat the pasta beautifully, and that's how you get a perfect plate of pasta. So you pick your pasta up, give it a good shake, straight into the tomato sauce. Then, very gently, you mix everything together. The only thing I've got to do now, serve it on a nice warm serving plate. Now, just sprinkle a little bit of parsley on the top. That's it, little parsley goes on top. Let me tell you, this salmon is very happy to meet my favorite pasta shape.
My dish is perfect, but I'm not ready to present it to my Auntie Rita yet.
So what I'm going to show you now is how to prepare lamb cutlets in honey and rosemary sauce served with a fennel salad.
I'm kicking off with a dressing for the fennel salad. It starts with flat leaf parsley and extra virgin olive oil. Then some fresh lemon juice.
And squeeze straight over the extra virgin olive oil.
And a bit of seasoning.
Just whisk everything together. And now to make it lighter, I'm gonna add water a little at a time. Now, can you see what's happening there? The dressing is getting very creamy without using any other fats. Nice.
In with the parsley.
And whisk him one more time.
I adore that aniseed taste of fennel. I'm not using the outer leaves or the hard hearts.
A lot of people throw it away. I like it.
Slicing the fennel thinly keeps the salad crispy and light.
Make sure that the dressing coats the fennel all over.
Before I fry the tender lamb cutlets, I'm going to use the Romans' favorite herb, rosemary.
Strip the leaves from the stalk and go straight into the oil. The flavor of the rosemary is releasing into the oil. This is going to give a fantastic flavor to my lamb.
I'm allowing the cutlets just enough time to brown and no more.
Crispy outside, nice and tender inside. Now what you have to do is very important whenever you cook meats that you rest the meat before you serve it.
All the lamb needs now is a delicious sauce.
I'm going to use a very Roman ingredient, which is honey. Romans absolutely love honey, and I'm going to use that as the prime sauce for my lamb. Just make sure that you mix everything together, because what's going to happen is going to get all beautiful and caramelized. And of course, if you don't want to use lamb, this honey and rosemary sauce will work absolutely fantastic with pork, beef, and believe it or not, grilled vegetable. Mwah.
Fantastico! Everything's ready to serve. The fennel salad goes on first, and I hold it all together with that other Roman favorite, sliced pancetta. Next, the lamb cutlets. I make a little wigwam with them.
And the last thing we need to do is to drizzle my honey and rosemary sauce on top of the lamb. Look at that. Lamb in rosemary and honey sauce with a fennel salad. Simplicity at its best. Everybody loves a tiramisu, but not everybody loves coffee. So I thought, why don't I use fresh fruits? I'm going to put a little bit of cherry liqueur, a sponge, and I know that it's going to be just fantastic. Make sure that your frying pan is hot, so the cherries go straight into the frying pan.
In case you're wondering, I've taken the stones out.
I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, so they get beautiful and caramelized. And then I'm going to add cherry liqueur.
The cherries need to go a bit soft. until the skins split a little.
Very nice. I'm just gonna put them on the side here and leave them to cool down.
Now for my gorgeous tiramisu cream, which starts with custard sugar and egg yolks.
And have a look what's gonna happen now. The more you whisk, and the paler the color of the egg yolk is gonna become. And you need to achieve that color because that means that the sugar is completely melted into the egg yolk. That's it, I'm happy. It's gone nice and pale.
You can't have a tiramisu without mascarpone cheese, but do soften it first. For a final burst of flavor, scoop out a fresh vanilla pod.
That is like, it's like finding gold. This smell is unbelievable. So get your vanilla seeds straight into the mascarpone cream. Mix everything together. And the last thing that we're gonna add is a little touch of cherry liqueur. Oh, I wish you could smell. That's it. Job done.
Now it's time to build my tiramisu, starting with sliced sponge cake.
Just gently press it down with your fingerprint.
Then the luscious cherry cooking juices, followed by that glossy vanilla cream.
Then we're gonna add 3 to 4 cherries.
And carry on until the glass is full.
And the last ingredient that I'm gonna put on top is crushed hazelnuts. There you have it. Look at that. It's just buonissimo.